My name is Sawant. Today we are going to see the next part of the story on saying please, written by Alfred Gardiner. In the last lecture we have seen the earlier part of the story. In the earlier part, a writer had narrated the one incident. It was between the liftman and the city office employer. One day in the morning, the city office employer, he was entered into lift and he just said talk to the liftman. But liftman, he was angry. His demand was that city office employer would say talk please. But this demand was not fulfilled by the liftman. So the liftman, becoming angry, and he threw the city office employer out of the lift. After that, he was fined for that offense, for that deed, because he used physical violence against the city office employer, and that was punishable crime. But the writer said the crime was done by the liftman, but at the same time we feel some sympathy about the liftman, because liftman's pride, his honor was assaulted by the city office employer, by the behavior of the city office employer, and that was not good intellectually. That was not good behavior of city office employer. But there is no law against these types of behaviors. We cannot make complaint in police station or anywhere. We can just retaliate. We can just answer in words. So, writer said, as a human being, we have to follow some manners, because we are living in the community, we are living in the society. So, it is necessary to follow some manners, some rules. And these rules were so old as compared to any law of any country. So we have to follow these manners. Because of these manners, we can maintain goodwill gesture in our society. Because of these manners, we can spread good behavior, or we can spread the humbleness, politeness into society. So we must follow these manners. It is dependent totally on us. If we are not ready to follow these manners, then it is okay. We will be called as ill-mannered people by the society, by the community, and there is no law against ill manner. There is no law against ill behavior. So, after this beginning, someone assaulted on our pride with his or her behavior. At that time, we cannot ignore the damage, because that is also important. Someone can attack on our pride, on our honor, and at that time we have to answer him or her. We should not just sit quietly, but at the same time we should not use violence, any kind of violence or physical violence. We can just give him answers in the words. We have to use polite words. It is probable that the lift man was much more acutely hurt by what he regarded as a slur upon his social standing than he would have been if he had a kick on the shins for which he could have got a legal redress. Here, a writer said, if the lift man was physically assaulted at that time, he would be unhappy, but he would be better. But in this incident, he was assaulted by the behavior of the city employer, and that was not good. If he was assaulted by the physical violence, he would take action against that particular person. He would file a complaint in the police station. But in this matter, he did not able to do anything. The pain of a kick on the shins soon passes away, but the pain of a wound to our self-respect or our vanity may poison a whole day. A writer said, when we are assaulted by physical violence, we are attacked by physically, at that time we would forget after some time that incident. We would forget our injuries. But when we are assaulted by someone else's behavior, when we are assaulted by someone's words, someone's language, at that time we are not able to forget that incident, because that is an insult of us. I can imagine that lift man denied the relief of throwing the author of the room out of the lift, brooding over the insult by the hour. This incident, it was happened in the morning, but because of that incident, the lift man's whole day, it was passed in a distress, it was passed unhappily, it was passed in a tension, because after that incident, he was fined for that offense. He was punished by the company or by the police. So he was thinking about the incident throughout the day, and that was not a happy day, not a good day for the lift man. He was thinking anxiously, thinking seriously, and visiting his wife in the evening as the only way of restoring his equilibrium. So the next point is, how could he get back his normal mental situation. After that incident, he was disturbed, but after the end of the day, he would get back to normal situation. So, in the evening, he was visiting his wife, and after visiting his wife, he would restore to normal. That is the only option he has. For there are few things more catching than bad temper and bad manners. We have to consider, we should concern that there are many other things, and these are important than bad temper or bad manner. We should not focus on bad temper or bad manners. There are many other things we have to focus. When Sir Anthony Absolute bullied Captain Absolute, Sir Anthony Absolute, he was the father of Captain Absolute, and one day he beat his son, Captain Absolute. Sir Anthony Absolute beat Captain Absolute, and after beaten by his own father, he went out and he beat another person. Flag. Whereupon Flag went out downstairs and kicked the page boy. Captain Absolute हे त्याच्या वडिलांकडून मार खातात. Sir Anthony Absolute. Here in this incident, a writer tells us how can we spread anger from one person to another. So it is not good for our health or our society. Sir Anthony Absolute यांचा मार खाल्ल्यानंतर कॅप्टन ॲब्सोल्यूट हे बाहेर जातात आणि ते त्यांच्या हाताखाली असणाऱ्या व्यक्तीला मारतात. त्याचं नाव आहे, his name is Frag. Frag went out downstairs. तो Frag नावाचा व्यक्ती तो बाहेर जातो आणि तो पेज बॉय नावाच्या मुलाला मारतो. So in this way, Sir Anthony Absolute, he is spreading the anger, he is spreading the hatred through himself. He is beating his own son. After that, his son is beating someone else, and someone else is beating to the person who is next to him. In this way, Sir Anthony Absolute is the person who is responsible for the ill behavior or hatred. Probably the man who said talk to the lift man was really only getting back on his employer who had not said good morning to him because he himself had been henpecked at breakfast by his wife. The same situation is here with the incident of the liftman and the city office employer. City office employer, when he was entered into the lift, at that time he was disturbed because he was coming to his office, he was coming to his boss, and the boss, he was not saying good morning to the employer, and that's why the employer was unhappy. That's why the employer was not in the mood to say talk please to the liftman. So there was a background for any incident. So the next question is why the boss, he was not saying goodbye, because he was angered by his own wife at the time of breakfast in the morning. And why his wife was angry? Because there were some problems in the home. She had problems with the cook and the housemaid. So these were the reasons. That's why she was angry with, she is angry with her husband. Her husband is angry, means the boss of the company. The boss who is angry with his employer, and the employer, he is angry with the liftman. Means he is not angry, but he is not following manners because of unhappiness. Because earlier the boss, he was not following the manners. He was not saying good morning. But manners probably do more to poison the stream of the general life than all the crimes in the calendar. A writer said, in this way, one by one, we are infecting the person with ill manners. But instead of we are trying to infect the people with good manners, with good behavior. If we behave politely, if we behave humbly, then other people also follow us. That is the message a writer wants to give us through this story. If we will not follow the manners, we will spread poison of hatred, and that is not good. So we should focus on our behavior. For one wife who gets a black eye from an otherwise good-natured husband, there are 100 who live a life of martyrdom under the shadow of a morose temple. A one wife, she is angered because of her husband. And after that, the husband, he would be live in a burden under his wife's burden. But all the same, the law cannot become the guardian of our private manners. These are all private manners. It is totally depend on us. We have to follow or we have to not follow these manners. No one can oblige us. No one can make compulsory these manners for us. And at the same time, there is no law against these manners, ill manners. If we follow ill manners, police can't arrest us. No decalogue could cover the vast area of offences, and no court could administer a law which governed our social civilities, our speech, the tilt of our eyebrows, and all our moods and manners. No decalogue means the Ten Commandments, the Ten Commandments. These 10 commandments could not cover the vast area of offenses. We can't say ill behavior is a crime. We can't say bad behavior is a punishable offense. So there is no law, there is no arrest for bad behavior or ill behavior. We can't judge the people by their, we can't say that you have to lower your voice. In this way, we can't say it is compulsory to speak in a low voice. It is a manner, but it is not compulsory. There are so many people talking loudly. We can't control their voice or tone of a voice. We can't control their gestures while talking with people. Some people, they are showing some typical gestures on their face. They are moving eyebrows. They are not talking happily. We feel, but we can't say anything. We can't control all these things, and law cannot restrict all these things. We just can say that this person is having a bad behavior, this person is having a ill behavior. We can just say these things, but we can't make complaint against him or her for his or her behavior. So at the same time, we can't take disadvantage that there is no law, there is no arrest, there is no imprisonment for bad behavior, ill manners, so I can behave in any way. It is not good. But though we are bound to endorse the verdict against the liftman, most people will have a certain sympathy with him. According to law, we have to make complaint against the liftman because he had done the punishable offense and it was his fault. But at the same time, we feel some sympathy with the liftman. We have seen that there is no law against the ill behavior, bad behavior of the people. In any country, there is no law. But there are some social practices, there are some manners, and we have to follow these manners. These manners and social practices are more old than the law. And because of these practices, because of these manners, we will call ourselves a civilian, as a human being. If we follow all these practices, all these manners, then we will be called as a gentleman. We will be called as a good civilian, a good human being. So, that is the difference between good human being and bad human being. If you are following the bad manners, you are automatically going into that category, bad human being. Some people cannot call you as a human being. And the first requirement of civility is that we should acknowledge a service. Becoming a civilian, if we are called ourselves as a civilian, if we are called ourselves that we are living a civilized society, at that time we have first thing, or the first requirement is we have to appreciate others for their work. We have to admire them. We have to praise them for their work. Please and thank you are the small change with which we pay our ways as social beings. Please and thank you. These are two words, and they can make a very big change, social change in our behavior, in our day-to-day life. They are the little courtesies by which we keep the machine of life oiled and running swiftly. If we use these two words, then our society can be run swiftly. There will be no effect, or there will be no incidents happen like the liftman and the city officer boy. We will be happy to live in a such community. We will be happy to live in a such society. When we, in between our conversation, suppose I am talking with someone else, I am talking with a stranger, at that time, if I use these two words, Before starting conversation, I should say, may I talk to you please in this way. It is a request, sincere request, because I am talking with a stranger. So I have to take his permission. I cannot start conversation without asking his permission. And after completing the conversation, after finishing the conversation, I have to say thank you or thank you so much in this way. At that time, the stranger feels good. The stranger, he will be happy to talk with me. And that is the effect of these two words. So, in our everyday life, we have to use these two words, thank you and please. They put our intercourse upon the basis of a friendly cooperation and easy give and take instead of on the basis of superiors dictating to inferiors. Because of these two words, thank you and please, these are small words. Because of these words, we can maintain our conversation, we can maintain our communication in a better way, and that is a good thing. And that's why we should use those words. Another thing is an easy give and take. If I say thank you to someone, at the same time someone else or the same person, he would also thank me for my deed, for my work. So this is a give and take. If I would give him a respect, he would give me back. If I would not respect him or her, so how can I expect the respect from him or her? जर मी एखाद्याला आदर दिला तरच मी त्याच्याकडून आदराची अपेक्षा करू शकतो. जर मी दुसऱ्याशी व्यवस्थित बोललो तरच समोरची व्यक्ती माझ्याशी व्यवस्थित बोलेल. जर मी दुसऱ्याशी व्यवस्थित बोललो नाही, if my behavior is totally mannerless, totally useless, how can I expect good behavior from the person who is in front of me? So we have to consider this. Instead of on the basis of superiors dictating to inferiors, we have to maintain this type of conversation in our office also, everywhere in our surrounding. Because when the boss is talking to his employee, he should or he must, I can say, he must use please and thank you and all other words while talking with the employer. At the same time, the employer would reply him or her in the same manner. It is a very vulgar mind that would wish to command where he can have the service for asking. If the boss is demanding only just giving orders in a rude language, in a harsh language, the